Ah, well, here we are, this cold fall day. We're always happy to be doing these for you.
Yeah.
So I thought of this story, and Barry reminded me that it's similar to the one that I told 2 weeks ago, but it's a really valuable lesson that goes along with this story that I think we can all really benefit. I know even in just thinking about it, I benefited from it. So this takes place in the early 70s, and a long time ago for us. And Barry had, finally finished his medical training, and we were taking a whole year off to travel in our little VW bus with our dog named Boki. And we decided the first place we would go is to travel down the West Coast, across the border into Mexico. And I don't know what it's like in Mexico now, whether it's a lot different, but then you had to be really careful about what you ate so that you didn't get dysentery, so that you didn't get really sick. So Barry's a doctor, I'm a nurse, we got books, we really carefully studied what you can eat, what you should never eat, the water you can drink, because we really didn't want to get sick. I mean, it's because it's a really bad sickness. So before we left, we met this man in Portland where we were living. He's just a very friendly man, and he said, "Oh, I've been to Mexico many times, and there's a wonderful restaurant, and I hang out there a lot, and maybe I could meet you there." So it was the only name we had, so we decided to go to the restaurant, and it was a really nice restaurant, and we met this man, and he said, "I'd really like to show you the farmers market, and show you the foods that are good for you to eat, and the foods that you should avoid." And he said, "Remember, I've just spent so much time in Mexico, so I know, like the authority." So we went with him, and he disappeared for a moment, and he came back with this. What was it, Barry? It was a white cheese, or
homemade cheese. Right?
Yeah, and we said, "Oh no, that's one of the things we were told in the books that we should avoid." And he said, they don't. Those books aren't accurate, and this cheese, I know this cheese, you'll just love it. You'll love it so much, and it'll. I'm sure it's fine. So there was his voice, and then there was what we had read, but most important, we both felt like, "Oh, I don't think we should eat that." But he kind of was like, hold, and it did look really super good. He just was kept holding it right up to our mouth and saying, "Eat it, just try it." So against what was the wisdom inside,
both of us,
we did. We didn't have a lot, but we did have some. The next day, I don't know how long, maybe it was that evening, we got so sick. I can never remember being so sick. Oh my gosh. And before we had left for Mexico, my cousin had warned me about this disease, and she said, you can get such high fevers. And once her husband had gotten such a high fever that she had to pull him into the freezing cold shower just to bring the fever down. I'm like, oh my gosh. When she told me that, I'm like, that'll never happen to us. We're going to be so careful. Well, Barry's fever got so dangerously high that I don't even think you knew who you were.
No, I became delirious, actually, and I couldn't even move. I was lying on the floor.
And we had checked into a motel. We knew we needed a bathroom and stuff, so I dragged Barry into this freezing cold shower, and was able to bring down his fever.
Yeah,
but
revived me. Yeah.
Yeah, but boy, after that, we talked about that a long time, because we were got over the initial horribleness of it, and we didn't really feel good for at least 10 days. And we're like, we've got to listen inside. No matter what someone is telling us, we've got to listen inside. We have to go with that inner voice that is going to tell us if something is right or not. And this same scenario comes up so many, many different times for all of us. Someone presents as an authority, and they're giving you something, and it seems like with love, but your inner voice is like, nope. And so the message is listen inside, because this voice it's never gonna be the wrong voice. It's gonna guide you correctly. So, I mean, we feel fortunate that we survived that, because we were so sick, and some people die in that situation.
Luckily, I brought antibiotics, and actually that's what really did it. That's helped us.
Yeah. Our poor dog was just watching and very sad. All right. I know, just even thinking about it.
When we were talking about this story that Joyce was going to tell, I actually thought of another story. I'm not going to tell it, but it involved me as the authority, because sometimes I have to be humble and admit this, that I come across as an authority on something, and I will tell Joyce or ask Joyce or recommend something, and Joyce will feel, she'll get an inner no. And sometimes it's really hard for her to say no when I'm coming across as such an expert. Anyway, we decided on the other story because it makes me look better than this story. So
it made Barry look pretty bad, and I actually didn't want to tell that story.
Yeah.
But anyway,
maybe next week. Tune in.
I don't think so. Okay, the song, Barry.
Oh yeah, the song. I got it. Yeah, I mean, if you can, this is a song I came up with. It's a short one, but imagine it's really the voice of the highest authority, okay? God, or the angels, or the divine beings. Imagine that these words are being spoken and sung to you, okay? Loved you. Always will I love you. Have I loved you? It couldn't be more clear. Always will I love you. I couldn't be more near. Oh, be more near. I'm right here. So feel that. Always have I loved you. Always will I love you. It's a promise. It's a promise from the highest authority. And you can actually listen to that promise. Okay, you can trust that promise. You are completely loved. Always and forever. Okay, you got it? Open your eyes. Thank you.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. And yeah, just like what Barry said, we really honor this great teacher, the highest voice right in our heart, telling us where to go, what to do. And but it really takes tuning in, and sometimes it takes time. Like if someone asks you to do something, and you don't know, you don't have a clear feeling, it's okay to say, I'm going to take a little bit of time, a day or two, maybe a week.
Joyce, by the way, does that with me beautifully. I can, even when I come across as the expert and present something, and Joyce, she'll say often, give me some time. Let me feel it.
Yeah. I mean, what I do, and I know other people do this too, when I go to sleep, I just ask that it'll be clear in the morning. Typically it is. Sometimes it isn't. And I need more time. I think it's very frustrating for Barry. But then I know that the answer will be the right one.
Yeah. And I trust that. Even if I'm disappointed, I still trust it. Okay.